Dinosaurs were some of the most powerful builds to ever be introduced to the game. While other factions like the Mammal Guild and Arthropod Guild have come up with some pretty impressive ones, on land, nothing has yet topped the sheer power of the Reptile Guild's greatest achievements. Even though their massive size is perhaps their most notable trait, there was also a ton of variety in the abilities and combat strategies that these builds employed. And so today I think it's finally time to release my dinosaur tier list.
Triceratops, baby!
Dinosaur builds, so there's no way I can cover all of
them.
But
yeah! Dude, that's 2 Triceratops people in the fucking chat. We're here for it.
The reign of the dinosaur faction lasted more than twice as long as the reign of the mammal faction that supplanted them.
Holy shit.
And so during this huge stretch of time, dinosaur maids basically tried out every conceivable strategy, and that's why there are so many builds to talk about. But as always, we'll start from the bottom of the tier list and move up from there. At the bottom, we've got Dryosaurus and Camptosaurus, two very similar herbivore builds with an interesting stat spread. Dinosaurs are known for their immense strength, but neither of these builds boast any sort of offensive capabilities.
Yeah, dude, for real. Like, if you ran Reptile, you were killing it.
Average defensive spread, decent mobility.
I love these guys' little hands, though. Look at their thumbs. They're always giving a thumbs up, though. They're always so cute.
Intelligence
yeah, you did it.
These builds took advantage of how powerful the other herbivore builds were by sticking by the bulkier ones and relying on them to defend the herd. They also took advantage of the fact that they were faster than other herbivores, even though their mobility was lower than most predator builds. Their higher intelligence granted them more advanced perception, letting them function as the herd lookouts. But nonetheless, these builds were helpless on their own, and were easy targets for predator mains if they were ever caught undefended. Their lack of self-sufficiency puts them in F tier, in my opinion. I think they realized this though, because later on, this faction started speccing into either extra armor on their heads, or spikes on their thumbs, giving them much better options for dealing with aggressive players.
Well, the spikes are what I remember the most.
We got 2 carnivore builds, the first being Coelophysis. Coelophysis was one of the first dinosaur builds that the devs introduced, and like all of the early dinosaurs, it really was nowhere near the power level of the ones that would be added to the game later in the Jurassic and Cretaceous expansions.
I love him talking about this
like this. The only reason it became such a popular and dominant build was because it starved and dehydrated more slowly than its non-dinosaur rivals. And this isn't to say that it didn't struggle to succeed too. It absolutely did, and often had to resort to team killing just to get by.
Betrayal.
It sort of dominated the early dino meta by default, so I'm not going to rate it any higher than D tier. Also in D tier we have Spinosaurus.
Whoa! Whoa! This is I'm not against putting him in D tier, but whoa. Dude, you're telling me the fucking thing that killed the T-Rex is in D tier? What? What? Holy shit! Well, because like, okay, this is my big problem with Jurassic Park 3, is you have the T-Rex, you have Rexy, the upset. I fucking care about dinosaurs, dude. I swear to God. I'm not like that type. I'm not super. I used to be like when I was a kid. I fucking love fossil fighters and all this bullshit. But like now, I'm very much more. I like planes. I can go talk about planes. We can do plane tier list or something. No.
The dinosaur clips.
Shit. Where the fuck is it?
But
okay, yeah, I gotta hear this one. So, okay, hear me out. Like, the big problem with Jurassic Park 3 is the T-Rex was the biggest seller of that series. Obviously, in the first one, it looked amazing, and like for 96, 95. And it was so cool to see the motherfucking T-Rex, that shit run around, you know? And then the second one, they brought the T-Rex to San Diego, and you're like, holy shit. The movie kind of sucked, but like, holy shit, the T-Rex is running around in San Diego. That's cool as fuck. And then the third one, they killed it. They killed it with the Spinosaurus. You're like, what the? Okay, what's this big bastard doing? And he's like the main villain of the whole movie.
We have Spinosaurus. Spinosaurus
it's
is
like overpowered.
Spec heavily into fishing abilities and aquatic adaptations.
Yeah.
Including the rare ability of electroreception, which helped it catch fish players even when they were in stealth mode. This is great for that specific application, but Spinosaurus mains weren't actually fully aquatic. They couldn't breathe underwater and still had to spend plenty of their gameplay dealing with
but the Spinosaurus Jurassic Park 3 is no longer accurate. That is true. That is true. That is very true. So I guess they did debuff it.
And unfortunately, their stats and abilities leave a lot to be desired in terms of contending with the terrestrial meta.
If we're talking about that Spinosaurus, that thing's fucking A tier. That thing is a monster. That's as good as the one that's like in the new movie. That's ridiculous. Also, I gotta go blow my nose real quick. Give me 1 second. I gotta go. BRB. Fucking Spinosaurus and D tier. I can't believe that shit. Okay. All right. I can't. I really can't believe it. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Also, like the new. Do you ever like our Shrine of Farnsworth emotes and animated shit I have? Very good. It's very good. Oh fuck! I just can't believe that. The fucking sponsor. Close ancient horn. Oh fuck.
At that time. Because they'd spent so many
Glorious
evolution points
even.
adapting their build to be able to fish, they'd secured themselves a unique niche at the cost of being able to hold their own in general combat. They'd get bodied by most other carnivore mains and outsped by most herbivore mains, leaving them in an awkward position.
I think this is hard to say even without seeing a real Spinosaurus. I want Okay, I know we've had like 7 movies telling us why not to have Jurassic Park, but what if we just bring back the good ones? Like just bring back the Triceratops, the Brachiosaurus, like that shit, you know? Like I feel like we'd be fine. I feel like that's all we need, you know. We don't need anything else. I'm gonna retweet on Twitter that that we're talking about dinosaurs so everyone sees what we're doing. No, why though? Like, what's the biggest problem? Hear me out. If we just regulate it, just have a Triceratops, like two Triceratops. I want the Triceratops. Like, is that big of a deal? Like, what? Like, come on. I mean, like, think about it. Like, it's not. It could be so easy. I know we had like, whoa, J King of Sims. Thank you for rating. What's your favorite dinosaur? I need to know. This is important. This is very important. Raid, yippee! Like, I understand that John Hammond was wrong, but we saw what happened. Raptor. Oh, I love how quick you were with that. There's a bunch of raptors though. Is there a certain raptor, or is this Velociraptor, Microraptor? Oviraptor, Utah Raptor. Hi, Coop. Hello. All right, let's go back to the. I'm just saying. We saw how John Hammond failed. We could make it better. You know, we could try.
If they'd had more time, they might have been able to gain enough experience to spec into a fully aquatic build. But unfortunately, the devs decided to up the overworld temperature, raising the sea levels but drying up the rivers, leaving the Spinosaurus player base without a niche.
No,
the lesson here is that if you ever find yourself
we can't make it better. I feel we could.
An amphibian,
we
you
try.
may want to reconsider how you're spending your evolution points. Last in D tier, we have the Hadrosaurs. Now, I don't.
That's fair, but we can make it fucked up with dinosaurs. That's cool as shit, you know.
Pretty simple.
Would you rather have a world? Would you rather have a world? Oh, I'm back to. Let me get back to orange before I do this fucking monologue. Oh, that's the wrong thing. What am I at now? Okay, we're good. Would you rather have a world? I wish I could zoom in. I tried to set that up today. Fuck. Would you rather have a world that's corrupt, caught by taxes, and world leaders who don't care about us, and people who are mean and they don't like anything? They kick they toss your ice cream out of your hand when you have it. Would you rather live in that world, or live in that world with dinosaurs? It would be so much cooler. It would be so much cooler if we just had dinosaurs. Hey man, never mind. I'm gonna stop the joke there. I'm fucking going too much into it. Godzilla's like even worse. Godzilla just fucks us up.
This is pretty similar to the Dryosaurus and Camptosaurus playstyle I mentioned in F tier, but instead of relying on the more powerful herbivores to defend them, they had the HP required to shrug off a hit or two, and actually had the mobility required to escape, assuming they saw the attack coming. Overall, this build was pretty easy to play, but had a low skill ceiling as well, since they had no actual combat abilities.
Why did he hit him?
All in all, there's a reason players consider Hadrosaurs more forgettable among dinosaur builds. In C tier, we've got 2 of the most famous Jurassic builds. The first is Stegosaurus.
Wow.
Taking a quick look at the Stegosaurus' stats, it's clear that this build was
sentences to death, getting eaten by T-Rex. Like, that would be so much cooler. That would be cooler. Come on. Like, it would be a spectacle, you know? You'd fucking sell some tickets or something. It's popcorn. It's like the Coliseum, how they just threw shit in there. Like, just fucking do that.
It had one of the lowest intelligence levels.
Don't listen to me. Don't vote Cooper for 2024.
Didn't exactly have much in terms of mobility either.
Nah, fuck. Vote Coopsworth 2024.
It had pretty incredible combat stats and powerful abilities to back
We're
up.
here. I'll fix this shit. I'll bring Godzilla too. We'll have mech suits for you too, Sally.
Reduce the chance of an attacker scoring a critical hit against them, since it's much harder to bite down on a Stegosaurus' weak point when there are
God
plates
bless.
in the way.
Coops is encouraging ancient torture methods out here.
Can also be flushed
No,
with blood to grant a large
mech suits
intimidation
got
bonus,
there. We
which
go.
works
See,
great
I'll
against
there
predator and
two.
herbivore alike.
That's 2, baby.
The Thagomizer is one of the most unique weapons of any dinosaur build.
The what?
And herbivore mains alike. The Thagomizer is one of the most unique weapons of any dinosaur build.
The what?
And herbivore mains alike. with a hit chance
Okay.
of any weapon in the game, often dealing enough damage to one.
I didn't hear that one right the first 3 times.
Tail spike. This attack has
I didn't know how to name. I'm gonna be honest. I thought it was just tail spike. Hey yo, what the fuck?
However, the strategy was by no means perfect. Their low mobility made fleeing from battle impossible, so if an enemy did know how to support its defenses, Stegosaurus mains would be out of options.
I'm watching this fucking... I wish I had the camera on for a second because I'm like watching this... I'm watching the dinosaur camera fights like it's a basketball game. Like, oh shit, he dunked on him. But like, it's like, oh shit, the Stegosaurus got fucked up.
Stegosaurus main's arch enemy, Allosaurus.
Oh, the
Allosaurus build was unique in that it actually invested very little into the bite attack, only having the bite strength of a lion. Instead, Allosaurus dealt
from downtown, LeBron James,
swinging its open jaw down onto an enemy player. This dealt heavy damage, but was nowhere near the devastating power of some of the
I love the pixel art
moves. It had the highest top speed of any build during its time, but had relatively low stamina, meaning it could only sprint for a short time, also similar to lions today. While one-on-one, Allosaurus tended to get bodied by the stronger herbivore players of its time. In packs, they could take down just about anything. Overall,
damn, he's curb stomping him. You see that shit?
In packs, they could take down just about anything.
Damn!
Overall, a solid mid-tier, whose strategies got expanded upon and refined by the later dinosaur builds. In B-tier, we have a few builds which did the exact opposite of what Allosaurus did, in that they put a ton of evolution points into a single combat.
Thank you, Robot Plus, for
First,
following.
The build which spec'd into the claw skill tree, granting it the longest claws to ever exist in the game. Therizinosaurs.
Therizinosaurs. Okay, I was wrong. Imagine the dinosaur wrestle as a sport. That's what I'm. Oh, that's kind of fucked up. But like, yeah.
Perfect for slicing at the heads of carnivore mains that were trying to bite them.
Oh,
their slash attack was the strongest the game had ever seen. In fact, they put so many points into
Coops, we need you to sit down as a sport commentator. I am so game. Is that something you want to see? Is that something we would all... I'm here for it. I'm so here for it. Like, absolutely. Oh, she watch a TierZoo's? Hell yeah. Dude, obviously I like do voice acting. I'm not very good at it, but I like to do that. And I commentate, but I'm not like a commentator of... What game? Oh, fuck. We could go back and like just turn on like an old Michael Jordan game and I'll be fucking going nuts. It'd be fun. Definitely could do that. I'm down. I'm very down.
That they had none left over for teeth or mobility, and were actually forced to change teams from the carnivore side to the herbivore side, making them the only build
TierZoo's robot pterosaur. Their claws were actually very fragile and dull, barely able to dull.
This actually worked out really well for them because they no longer had to.
So they'd be lower. Yes, do it like WG said. Yeah.
Taller than most herbivore players typically seen in the forest biome.
These used for mating.
They were lacking in intelligence and mobility, and also couldn't actually gain any experience from the enemies that they defeated with their claws. But all in all, they had a surprisingly effective strategy. Not a perfect defense, as they were definitely still vulnerable to coordinated assaults. But definitely an above-average build. On the opposite end of the spectrum from Allosaurus and Therizinosaurs, both of which had either weak or non-existent bite damage, we have the carnivore build that put all of its evolution points into maxing out the bite attack, the Tyrannosaurus.
Yeah, B tier! B tier! Whoa! We are not dissing Rexy on the Coopsworth stream. TierZoo.
We have the carnivore build that put all of its evolution points into maxing out.
It is like the king of the jungle. What? So what the fuck could be above? Okay, hold on. Okay, hear me out. Obviously, S tier is going to be Triceratops. It has the best defense and best attack, right? It's 3 horns. You're fucked up. And the Triceratops like family of dinosaurs, those are probably above this. But like, beat? Okay, I guess it's not a very intimidating thing with the arms. The arms ruin the dinosaur. But, dude, did you see the movies? Did you see how fucking 35 miles they clocked that? 34 miles per hour they clocked that thing running. You fucking serious? That's faster than most school zones in America. That thing is running through people.
In the history of the game, able to take out any player it was able to bite in a single hit. This also gave it the ability to crush bone, letting it access the XP-rich marrow inside, similar to what hyenas do in today's meta. T-Rex was a hybrid between a predator and scavenger build. It didn't have the greatest luck.
It is! Triceratops, bro. It's going after them, bro. Everyone in the school is fucking. You better either take the ticket or get eaten by a T-Rex. Triceratops B tier is not great to be honest. They were incredibly large, incredibly stealth. Yeah, right?
Taking down the heavily armored herbivores of the Cretaceous expansion, but it could certainly defeat them if the T-Rex players.
What is average school zone in America? I can't spell whatever. Average school zone speed. 15 to 25 miles per hour is the average school zone. Wait, is my stream fucked up? Hello? Oh, it wasn't. It paused. Weird. Okay. 15 to 20 miles per hour is the average school zone in America, right? We all good with that? Yep, yep, yep. Wait, what? They lied? Wait, hold on. A Steven Spielberg movie lied to me? Fuck! No! Bounce fast, average human run. These are expert size. That's bullshit. I don't agree. I don't believe. 12 miles per hour. We'll take that. Fuck! No! It ruined my joke. It ruined my joke. Fuck. Okay, it's still pretty fast. It's still really fast, dude.
Players worked in a group, and as a scavenger, its massive size gave it the ability to steal kills from.
I'm 6'6". I have ran at people before and they have fallen. This thing is fucking massive.
Other carnivore players who had no.
So just bars outside accurate. Stop. You don't say that. There were a ton of accurates. I say better than eagles. Damn, that's crazy.
Its devastating bite if they got in its way. T-Rex did, however, have to sacrifice all of its other offensive strength in order to maximize its bite damage. Its arms were so short that.
Oh, did you see that? Rex, what? Whoa, oh my god.
Players who had no hope of surviving its devastating bite if they got in its way. T-Rex did, however, have to sacrifice.
Oh yeah, a two T-Rex fight here,
and Mike
T-Rex goes in for the kill, rips his fucking arm off. Damn, and ate that shit right in front of him. The White Skull does it again.
And it also wasn't particularly
a Dino nerd. I'm here for it. I fucking love it.
So if players saw it coming, which wasn't that hard because of its massive size, they wouldn't have too tough a time avoiding it. Still, with team strats, it was near unstoppable, and it always.
I watched the documentary. It was cool for the time, to be honest. I fucking love it. We should watch the dinosaur documentary if I want to get.
The last A-tier build I want to talk about is Triceratops.
Killed on copyright. Whoa! 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 Pause. Nah, I don't like this list anymore. This list is fucking false. It's false. It's wrong. It's not right. Frankly, it pisses me off.
Defense in a single
Wait, I gotta hear it. Okay, hold on.
Direction. No build has ever come close to Triceratops.
Damn right.
Their horns can deal massive damage in a single swing.
Yeah.
Even to giant carnivore builds like T-Rex. Looking at its stats, it's pretty clear that going head-to-head with this thing.
Why did they give my boy 20 intelligence, bro? What the fuck's that about? Come on. Don't be mean.
Would end badly. However,
yeah, exactly.
What I've noticed is that players nowadays fail to remember its main drawback: low intelligence. This thing was pretty close to.
Dude, how you gonna fucking talk shit about its intelligence, man? What the fuck? There was a fucking animal.
A opossum in terms of brain power.
Oh,
and
that's.
As many of you should know from my Australia video, marsupials are some of the least intelligent mammals. People assume Triceratops behaved similar to a modern-day elephant, since both are about the same size and sport powerful front-facing weaponry. However, the herd behavior that makes elephants so untouchable by predators was absent in the Triceratops build, as they were mostly solitary, and this was due to their low intelligence stat. Because of that, they were highly vulnerable from being attacked from behind, or from multiple angles at once. Triceratops' low intelligence also meant that it was easily tricked into walking into ambushes set by carnivore mains, which pretty much always meant a game over for the Triceratops.
This makes a lot of sense on my favorite dinosaur, Triceratops.
It is powerful, don't get me wrong. I think it's definitely not a top-tier dinosaur and caps out at B tier.
I think it's hard to judge. I think it's hard to judge out intelligence when we never seen one. You know, like fuck.
Okay, so in A tier we've got the dinosaurs, which were a bit smarter about how they invested their evolution points. First, we have the Dromaeosaurs, a faction of dinosaurs that includes builds like Velociraptor, Deinonychus, and Utahraptor.
Utahraptor, baby! Love the Utahraptor!
Go the gigantism ability that made dinosaurs so dominant in the first place, and try their hand at more of an evasive rushdown playstyle, sacrificing both their HP and defense stats to buff their mobility and DPS
usually lived alone.
Other.
Woo, Utah! No, not Utah, but Utahraptor school. You know.
Two important functions.
Reach mentioned Utah, baby.
Slash and stab type damage. And the second being that it gave them the ability to hook onto players that they were targeting using the pounce attack. Overall, this build had much higher damage than normal.
I don't know anything about Utah. It's pretty. It's also Mormons.
Much higher weight class, especially if they attacked in a group, which they often did. They had the ability to weave in and out of their opponent's attack range easily, letting them bait out and dodge attacks.
Me trying to attack Coops, right? This is literally me to everyone who's like around me. Damn! Oh my god, did we see that?
The ability to weave in and out of their opponent's attack range easily, letting them bait out and dodge
Holy
attacks.
Shit!
The one
was that a Stegosaurus alt there with its head?
If it never got
oh my god!
Damage in a single hit.
Damn!
Overall, this faction was one of the most successful at the time and easily A tier. Also in A tier,
that's fucking nuts.
Dinosaurus, a build very similar to T-Rex.
Was it Carver?
Also in A tier, we have Carcharodontosaurus.
That's a good one. I like that. Carcharodontosaurus is sick.
T-Rex in terms of appearance, but with a slightly different
Golfing.
plan of attack.
I like the
Instead of
Carcharodontosaurus
investing
is sick.
purely into bite force, maxing out base damage, Carcharodontosaurus spent its evolution points speccing into advanced serrated teeth. This gave their bite attack an
Dromaeosaurus,
increased
so
chance to
diverse,
cause
it took
a
many
heavy bleed
different
status
prey,
effect,
no,
which
no
would
large.
drain
I
the
see.
target's HP and stamina over time. This was more cost-effective than pure bite force, and let them retain enough evolution points to spec into claws too, giving them a more well-rounded combat style that could still cause lethal damage from a single bite. This strategy is similar to the one seen employed by the Komodo dragon player base of today's meta.
Dude, can we fucking talk about how scary Komodo dragons are real quick? Do they want to know what that is or how those things operate? Anyone? Any guessers? Anyone taking a guess? I'm looking. I know my chat's a little delayed. Let me while you're typing, hopefully I'm gonna look something up. Dude, this is the animal I'm thinking of, right? Hold on. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's scary. Yeah, there's the pictures of it. I see it now. Sick. Dude, Komodo dogs, they're pretty scary. Komodo dogs are from my country. What? Oh my god. What are we watching? Dinosaurs. You know they hunt buffalo, right? Yeah, so Komodo dragons smell blood and they can climb. That is two of the scariest things I've ever had to think about in my life. I never want to... that is the scary... They are the scary... And they're fast. It's so... There's another fact about them that's terrifying that I'm not even going to be able to say. Yeah, dude. Fucking Komodo Island, the last place I ever wanted. That's probably where Amelia Earhart landed and just died. Or the Crab Island. Was it the Crab Island? It was the Crab Island, right? Those big old crabs that fucking got her. Is he way bigger? That's terrifying. Don't tell. That's horrific. That's so scary.
Carcharodontosaurus was also one of the tank
bacteria in the slobber. Yeah, it's poisonous, right? It's something like that too. It's fucking terrifying. They're so scary. They're we just live with them. That's a dinosaur, dude. Would you rather have the Komodo dragon or the fucking Triceratops? I'd rather take the dumbass possum that's the fucking size of an elephant. I'm gonna be honest. In my opinion, in my humble traffic cone opinion, oh wait, venom. Yeah, it's a venom. It's like poisonous. You're fucked if you get stuck on that island with them. And if it was the end of the world, dude, you're fucking over.
Tankier carnivore builds and could shrug off a hit or two.
Scariest shit ever.
That would normally devastate anything that they
landed a hit on. Oh, damn!
This made them extremely good at PvP against the other carnivore builds at the time.
Oh, damn!
Making them an easy high-tier candidate.
Did you know alligators can't die of old age?
What? Is Ankylosaurus.
Ankylosaurus!
The best tank build ever to exist in the game.
That's fair.
This build essentially took the Stegosaurus strategy and
I learned Holy Yes, fuck it. It's terrifying, man.
Instead of backplates for intimidation, the Ankylosaur players spec'd into armor. And instead of tail spikes, they opted for a club.
Yeah, isn't it? It is very weird that the Stegosaurus just had those spikes for no other reason than
so impenetrable that it made attacks from even the strongest carnivore mains pretty laughable. While their club didn't have a high crit chance like the tail spikes did,
Indian Rhino.
It did
Rhino's still big as shit, dude.
Shatter bone, capable of crippling any player unfortunate to take a direct hit from it.
Oh.
Ankylosaurus was near invincible.
We're definitely playing a dinosaur game on the subathon, by the way.
Except that it had one glaring flaw. Despite all of its defense and power,
it's definitely up there, though.
If a player
I wouldn't put it any lower.
For that reason, I can't place it in top tier, because a good top tier will have no surefire counterplay.
I want to see what.
Last in A tier, we have Troodon.
I want to see what his top tier is.
The Troodon build was the only dinosaur build whose core strategy was based around the intelligence stat.
I think giving dinosaurs intelligence stats is kind of. I get it, but
strategies or had advanced perception skills, both of which require some usage
Troodon
of intelligence.
Smart like me, human smart.
Specifically tailor their build around having its brain be its best weapon. Troodon had to sacrifice a lot to get this. High intelligence requires a lot of calories to maintain.
So that's why I'm so dumb.
Getting the kills required to sustain both a large size and a large brain was impossible, meaning that they had to give up gigantism as a trait. So instead of powerful dagger-like claws, Troodon opted for smaller but opposable claws that could be used to pick up objects. This severely cut its potential in combat, but
oh my god, what the fuck? They've nerfed it. They nerfed it out of the game.
Environment to, for example, set up traps.
How does it not exist anymore? What the fuck?
Catch
like
players
Pluto?
that would otherwise be able to evade them.
Oh, damn.
It's very possible that if non-avian dinosaurs weren't banned in the Meteor Strike balance patch, Troodon players would have eventually leveled up their intelligence enough to become top tiers, similar to humans. But even though it was starting to gain the power to dominate its
Did they
environment,
mistake it
it still
someone
had
else?
no way to combat the
maybe.
other top tiers,
I
aside
gotta
from
blow my
just
nose,
running
hold on.
away. So it definitely wasn't S tier.
I gotta blow my nose. Hold on, I gotta mute myself for half a second here. I'm trying to think. Oh, mute. I gotta mute myself. I'm completely blank. Sorry, hold on. If my sneeze, if me blowing my nose wasn't so violent, I would like leave it on for the ancient horde, but I'm not gonna do that. I can't do that. They had
In S
Tentacle
tier,
and
we have the
Troodon, so they
most
decided to make it
overpowered dinosaur
go with it.
faction of all, the sauropods.
Oh
The
shit!
sauropods had
Yeah, that makes sense.
every tool they needed to counter all other dinosaur builds. They had the maximum HP stat possible for a terrestrial build, and because they used the herd strategy, oftentimes this meant that if a sauropod player was caught off guard and was under attack by several carnivore players, it could usually tank enough hits that its teammates would have time to rescue it. And of all
Yeah,
the
it's definitely.
dinosaurs,
I must say,
sauropod-
it's still F tier. I gotta go. To be honest. Now, what's in S tier? Ellie, I do. I appreciate you staying by. Used to be
also
a
had the
sauropod main.
largest attack range. Their whip-like tails
In-
may have
in
not had
my
the
build,
same
yes.
damage per hit that Stegosaurus or Ankylosaurus did, but they
I'd
were
have
still
to.
plenty powerful. Able to
I'd be a
knock down
Triceratops
enemies well
because
out
it's
of
my
reach
favorite
of a
dinosaur, but
power attack.
I am a sauropod.
And if they
what can I
did
say?
get too close, a sauropod stomp attack was
Long
literally the
necks.
most devastating move in the game,
Oh!
knocking the target down and dealing lethal damage. Lastly, their extreme height gave them a massive advantage
Should just
for
be cheeking
avoiding
about you.
stealth
Sure.
attacks, as they could see much further than other players. In terms of land superiority, sauropods truly were the most overpowered dinosaurs of all time. It's unfortunate that the devs chose to ban the dinosaurs during the KT balance patch, but alas, the meta was getting stale, so I understand why. Hopefully you enjoyed this look back at the Mesozoic meta. If you enjoy watching videos
Mesozoic
about
meta.
dinosaurs, there are a bunch of great documentaries I can recommend. For example, if you're curious about Troodon and why it was the smartest dinosaur ever, I have to recommend Leaps in Evolution, a
I
documentary
love this. That was
detailing the
awesome. That was really good. Your only move is hustle. Okay, I'll look that up.